en la ciencia.
3, 2, 1. $1,000 on the line.
That's good? Okay.
Jolly Ranchers decide the fate.
En la ciencia.
I tried to run the math on 2-7 offsuit 6 times in a row. That's not nice. Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up.
If you guys enjoyed that intro, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps the channel a bunch. These videos take a long time to edit, so all the support helps. It really means a lot. Enjoy the rest of the video. The very first thing we did was meet up with the ATX Poker crew, and if you don't know who these guys are, it's basically a professional poker team in Austin, and they invited us down, helped us host this entire meetup game. Shout out John for making this whole trip possible. We get to their place, and the very first thing they are doing...
How high do you guys want to go?
Yeah, 1,000's pretty soft, right?
Coin flipping for over $1,000. Yes, you heard that right. Caitlin and Anderson decide to have a 2K coin flip. Yes, see what happens.
God bless America, blue and red.
Okay. Well,
So
I
I
guess
guess
there's
it's
two colors for you. Only there's
So now
two colors for Anderson.
So he's got the Barney.
So I got purple and green. He's got blue and red. And
Purple and green,
Recount.
blue and red.
Recount.
$2,000 on the line.
That's good? Okay.
Jolly Ranchers
And you know
decide the
what?
fate.
There's one.
Holy shit.
it's okay.
Oh my god.
If I lose this, I gotta stop eating.
No,
Who's picking the...
Picks blue and red. Anderson picks purple and green. We're off to the races.
Purple and green.
And my eyes are now open.
Oh shit. Alright. Blue and red, purple and green. 3, 2, 1.
We were very caught off guard, but this is how we start our day.
2K.
The green for the win. That's gonna be a good tasting Jolly Rancher. Before we commenced the poker playing, ATX Poker actually had a fun little surprise for us. They brought out a kangaroo onesie and said that we were gonna play a trivia game, 3v3, ATX versus Next Gen, Anderson, Caitlin, and J Stack versus Frankie, Rosie, and myself.
the losing player of the losing team has to wear a kangaroo onesie to the Palms meetup game tonight. What do you say, Rosie gang?
Oh yeah. We're down. It won't be us, so we're not wearing it. I'm not wearing it, so. I think Frankie might look good in the kangaroo.
I'm sure one of us would look great in it. They have the wisdom on their side, so we're hoping we can catch some luck in these trivia questions. Here it is. We will get right into it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Which one of the following artists was not a surrealist? Salvador Dali, Joan Miro, or Claude Monet?
You know, in poker, you gotta go with your gut, and I'm gonna go with my gut and say Monet. God damn it. Hit your gutter, dude. What do you say?
That's right.
Rosie's up first, and he's a genius, so he, of course, drills his first question. Next Gen Poker, 1, ATX Poker, 0. Anderson's up next, and he's a smart guy himself. He drills a question, and we're tied at 1.
And that is correct.
Thank you. Dude, he always wins his fucking game.
Our event is often called the Great American Race.
I'm gonna go with the Indy 500.
And that's all. The answer is Daytona 500. You never miss.
I unfortunately get my trivia question wrong, so it's on to ATX.
And she got it right.
Caitlin gets hers right. It's 2-1, and now it's on Frankie.
What part of a flower produces pollen?
I hate that it's about flowers. It's like a part? Like which part? Yeah.
Produces pollen.
It's like a body part.
Okay.
Frankie, relate to yourself. Which part of yourself produces flowers?
I'm gonna go with the stem on that one.
That was close. Unfortunately, that's wrong.
Stamen.
Frankie and I let the team down. It's 1-4 now. We go a couple more rounds and unfortunately continue to lose. These guys are just too smart for us. Anderson hits one, J-Stack hits one, and then it's on Caitlin. This one pretty much sums up how the whole night went.
Which Gillian Flynn bestseller was adapted into a blockbuster thriller?
Gone Girl.
Yeah, that's correct.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a look of 3 young lads who just got swindled into a trivia contest, us realizing that it will be one of us 3 who will be going to Palm Social in the kangaroo costume.
Okay, so she read the questions and invited us over, told us to have a meetup game, and then proceeded to buy a costume.
Okay.
You do realize
Bring
he
us to
opened
the
her
box.
box.
Prank? Is this a prank? Like you're just
Frankie and I missed all our questions, unfortunately. We both have a score of 0, so we are the 2 losers. We have to battle it out in sudden death to decide who wears the kangaroo onesie.
Which sweet treat melts in your mouth, not in your hands?
Hey, no, bro, just let me answer.
What's the answer to the question?
Just get some
All in is a
Eminem.
lifesaver.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the world's most famous white rapper.
Eminem.
Thank my lucky stars, Frankie misses his sudden death question, and it's on to me for the final question of the night.
Nature and science. The United States has roughly 50, 70, or 100 submarines patrolling the blue seas worldwide. 30.
Let me think about this for a sec. Oh, this is an important one. This is like for the whole kangaroo costume.
This is.
Do you guys know the answer?
He better
I-
fucking miss this.
Yes.
Okay, I am gonna go with 100.
That is
like
wrong.
70.
Let's go! You just ran your
It is 70 fleets, the most in the world.
Well, shit, I missed my question too. We're gonna have to decide who is crowned as the loser in another form other than trivia because me and Frankie simply can't get a question right.
How's it going, boys? Just your friendly heads up sit and go for a fun reason. We are not very good at trivia, we found out today. So these 2 didn't get a single question right, Jello and Frankie. I luckily got 1 right. So the loser of this heads up match has to wear a kangaroo costume to our meetup game in a few hours.
That's my man. Let's go, Frankie. Let's go. I got 20 bucks.
How much? How much?
I got 20 of my good Caitlin dollars on my man Frank's right here.
Got you, Caitlin.
Thank you,
And
baby.
I got 20 on my boy Jello here.
We're riding over here. J-Stack, run good.
Let's play some cards.
As much as I know a lot of you like to see our entire heads up, we just are crunched for time, so I will show you the very first hand. Jello squeaks some value out of me with second pair. I make the call. He has a good early start.
Jack's good! Costume has now made its appearance.
I chip up after showing a little aggression, jamming all in as a bluff, and getting Jello to fold.
How do you feel about that, lad?
I feel good about that laydown. I'm gonna have to rip it.
Post it.
That is a snap call, gentlemen. Flip him up.
Now we're into all-in territory as we already started with such a little amount of big blinds.
Oh,
He's ahead. He's ahead.
Now.
I bink.
Ooh, Jello.
It's Jack!
Oh,
Boom.
4!
Ace plays.
Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up.
Sorry, Joe!
please don't do that, Sasha. That's pretty annoying.
As you can see, the game is getting a lot more heated. Neither of us want to wear this stupid kangaroo suit. That's what we're fighting for here.
Oh, cool. Oh, bro. You're live. That's exactly all you could want.
This hand
See, he's not. He's ahead. He's miserable right now.
Oh.
That's
such a weird.
So gross. You're winning though. You are winning.
As the request, we're going to do the turn face down again.
Heart. Let's go. Heart.
And the river face up.
Heart or 10.
Just a dud. 2
Heart or
clubs.
10.
2 clubs.
Heart.
Oh my gosh, you have the
He
world.
did it again.
I have.
More kings.
All right, 8 king or heart. Here we go.
He's got 14 outs, I think.
Money! And that will do it.
That's lucky, James.
Frankie, it is my honor to present to you. Frankie, it is my honor to present you with the kangaroo suit for the meetup game.
So yeah, obvious how excited I am to wear that kangaroo suit for the meetup game, and now let's finally get some poker, boys. What you been waiting for?
What's up, everyone? How's it going? It's going great for all of us, especially Frankie right now. It is our first ever meetup game. We're about to walk in right now and play 1-2. Hopefully a lot of you guys. We are so excited.
We're here at the Palm Social,
Austin, Texas.
hippest card rooms in all of Austin, Texas.
Excited to try Palms Casino out. This is definitely going to bring me some run good. We're hoping, at least. We're excited to meet all of you guys. Happy to be Next Gen's first meetup game. Hopefully first of many. Let's go.
Let's run it up.
1-2, baby.
Here.
Welcome to the table, Frankie.
It's a trouble table, I already know.
Front and center. First hand for me. Pocket Kings, under the gun +1. There's an under the gun straddle to 5. We make it 15. Poker Traveler in the cutoff, a renowned poker player in Texas. Here's his Instagram. Check it out. He's in the cutoff. He 3-bets us to $50. Folds back to us. This is a prime 4-bet candidate. We are playing 370 effective. I am 370. He's got a ton of money, and I'm trying to figure out what sizing to 4-bet to when this happens.
Just rip it, brother.
Should I?
Just rip it. Rip it and we can run it twice. How's that? I'm serious. I'm not being mean. I'm serious. I'm having a massage. I'm having a good time. I'm getting drunk. Like, I think we'll stop it.
I'm all in.
Alright, that's
We go for the 7x 4-bet. Very standard, and he does snap us off. Shows us ace queen, one of the dream scenarios we could have. This has quickly become the biggest pot of my entire life. We're gonna run it twice. Let's see what happens.
You are gonna win that one. Oh, look at that one. He said run it once.
I got dodged the ace ball. So far, so good.
You win both of them.
Can I count you down?
Let's go.
Left hand, sir. That'll make the V long.
Good.
We scoop, boys. Oh my gosh, what a start to the session. Literally one of the first hands in, we take down a $750 pot. And this day is just getting started.
At the Palms, they do this thing called the double board bomb pot, where everyone puts $5 in pre-flop and gets dealt their cards, so we go straight to a flop. However, there's not just one, there are 2 of them. We look down at 4-5 offsuit under the gun, and the 2 boards come 3-2-9 and Jack 4-5, both rainbow. We drill 2 pair on the bottom board and an open-ended straight draw on the top board. Under the gun, I bet $25 plus 1 calls, and middle position decides to rip it all in for $250. Quite a sizable raise. Folds back around to me quickly, and I think I have no other option here than to just jam. There's no way I'm losing on both boards right now unless he has something like pocket jacks, and even then I'm still not drawing dead. And so for those reasons, I decide to rip it all in as well for $300 total. The under the gun plus 1 player thinks about it for a really long time. I'm hoping that he folds. I have the best opportunity to scoop at least one of these. However, he thinks about it and tosses in the call as well. We all show our hands, and under the gun plus 1 has 9-2, so he has 2 pair on the top board. And the middle position player who jammed has pocket aces. So we're actually in great shape here against both those hands. Have an opportunity to scoop both boards, which is super exciting. $900 pot, my heart's racing. The turn on the top board is the king of clubs. The turn on the bottom board is the jack of hearts. That's a pretty scary card because it counterfeits my 2 pair, and now pocket aces is beating me on the bottom board. And 9-2 is beating me on the top board. So we're kind of screwed right here. We're gonna need some help to catch up. The river on the top board is the 7 of spades. Oh boy, we are really going to need some help on this river on the bottom board. We are drawing dead to 4 outs, And we drill one of them. Let's go. The 4 of hearts comes on the river. We boat up on the bottom board and we scoop half the pot. 9-2 and 4-5 are the 2 hands that crack aces. We are running good tonight, scooping up half of a quite hefty pot.
This hand, we look down at ace king of spades under the gun. We raise it up to $15. Again, the cutoff 3-bets us to 45, a different cutoff this time. We are going to be 4-betting out of position, just like we did with our king's hand. We are playing about 350 effective, and I 4-bet to $150. He snap jams. Only one thing for us to do at this point is we call.
I call. Do you want to run it multiple times? It's your game, sir. Once, twice, 3 times, I don't care. Twice works. Done.
I asked to run it twice just to reduce the variance, as this has quickly become the second biggest pot of my life, back to back within 30 minutes. He agrees, shows ace-king offsuit, so maybe we can get lucky and hit a flush. Who knows? 2 boards coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Back door.
One more.
I mean, you had a little bit of hope from him.
Royal.
Royal. Nope.
Wow.
So you're getting 3/4, gonna take half.
We take the bottom board, flopping a flush. After almost getting a flush on the top board too, we get 3/4 of this pot coming our way. And this day just keeps getting better and better.
Good job, Rosie and Jello. I looked down at ace-9 of diamond for my first hand. Under the gun, who I labeled as aggressive, bets $10. He is pretty drunk at this point. We see a call from middle position, and Kyle in the low jack makes the call as well. He is a new friend of mine. Thanks for coming to the meetup game, Kyle and Grant. Very fun playing with you boys. We see 2 calls behind us as well from the small blind and the big blind. So going 7 ways to a flop here. Yeah, it's a meetup game. Everyone's playing pretty loose. Board comes 6-9-5 to spades. I pick up top pair here. Obviously a little worried about incoming flushes. We see a bet from Kyle to $25. I think raising here is just a little too strong. I do not think he's bluffing here. So I do just make a call and everyone else folds, which is good news. We're down to heads up, something I can control. Hopefully he just bet with a flush draw. The turn comes the 9 of spades and Kyle snap jams all in for $170. At first I thought it was a money card, but it does complete the flush, so I'm not exactly happy with my hand. I'm just worried since he bet out into 7 people that someone's gonna have a flush here a lot of the time. That was my thinking in the moment. So after tanking for a little bit, I'm not gonna be folding trips. I'm gonna be making a call here, and if I am behind, I have some equity to boat up or hit quads on the river. So that's what I do. I make a call, and well, Kyle flips over pocket aces with the ace of spades. We picked up the nut flush draw along with his pair and take down a pretty big pot to start the day. Ended up giving Kyle a sweatshirt after this hand. Nice playing with you, brother. Thanks for taking it like a good sport. We had just a fun overall night, and thanks to you and Grant for coming out.
We look down at the pristine pocket aces this hand. I'm in the hijack, and the under the gun player limps to me. No cheap pots. I am definitely going to be bumping it up here. I choose a higher sizing here because people at the table are very call heavy. I bet $20. The cutoff calls, the button calls. Like I was saying, everyone calls. And we see something pretty nice from under the gun. He does the old limp jam for $125. This is a no-brainer, and I think if I call here, pretty much everyone's gonna be folding, but also if I jam, it gives me a chance to get it 3 ways, all in pre-flop with what's certainly the best hand. So I decide to rip it in here for about $600, hoping to maybe get another person to go all in with us. We don't really mind. However, that's not the case. Everyone folds and we are off to a run out. The board comes 4-9-4, 2 clubs, turns a jack, and the river is the 3 of clubs. I have the ace of clubs, so I'm loving this board, and I table the aces. We are good. We never actually got to see what our opponent had. You never know, and we take down a nice sizable pot our way.
This hand we look down at ace king off in the big blind. Under the gun limps, we see a middle position raise to 10, cutoff calls, button calls. Once it gets to us, we are definitely raising it up here. I 3-bet to $50. the cutoff and button call still, however.
You're looking for the vlog, right? Oh, not like that. Like that.
So we got to go 3 ways to a flop with a pretty bloated pot. Flop comes king 8-5 with 2 diamonds. We got what we wanted. We got our king. Time to c-bet, charge those draws. I make it $100 into 163. And only the button calls. This was the same guy who said he's just doing this for the vlog. The turn is a jack, offsuit jack. We're not losing to king jack, not a huge deal. I definitely think given the size of the pot here, I like to check for pot control here. The pot is getting really big, really fast. He doesn't like to slow down, however. He bets $200 into a pot of 363. So now this pot has become $563. If I call, it will become the biggest pot of my entire life. So just a lot of craziness today at our first meetup game. We're now losing to king jack. We started out multi-way and we've now whittled down, so he's going to have a stronger hand. I know what's going to happen on the river. He's going to put me to the test on the river. He's going to literally put all my profit, everything to the test on the river, no matter what the card is, no matter how scary it could be. So maybe this is still a call here with 1 pair, but the pot is just so big. This is a very good player. I know what he's going to do on the river, and I'm not going to like it, regardless of what the river is, basically. So for all of those reasons, I make what is potentially too tight of a fold. He shows 9-10 of diamonds, so flopped a flush draw, turned an open-ended straight draw. So we had to fade a ton of outs. He had 35% equity in this pot at the turn. So while we're ahead, not ahead by much, and like I said, he's bombing this river no matter what the card is. And I don't know if I'm going to have the guts to make the call with just 1 pair. And that's why I take a step back and decide to let it go on the turn. On to the next one.
We're drinking some beers, enjoying our time at the meetup game when we look down at King Queen offsuit in middle position. I opened it up to $15 and we see 1 call from the cutoff, call from our good friend on the ATX Poker Team, John, on the button, and the big blind comes along for the ride as well. So we're off to a flop 4 ways, which comes pretty solid for us. 9, queen, 2, rainbow. It checks to me, and I think I'm going to be betting pretty much every queen and every overpair. I decide to actually check here, kind of lay a trap. Our table's been pretty bluffy and really good action, so I want to give someone else the opportunity to bet. Maybe think their 9 is good or a weaker queen. So I check, the cutoff checks, and John, our good buddy, leaves out for $40 on the button. And it folds around to me again. I just make the call and the cutoff folds. So we are off to a turn heads up the way I like it. And it comes the jack of clubs. Another rainbow card, not bringing in any flush draws. However, it does bring in some straight draw possibilities if he had something like king 10 or 10-8. But I don't really think those types of hands are going to be leading out on the flop. So not too scary of a card. We pick up a gutter as well to go along with our top pair. Solid kicker. I check the John once again and he bets $75. I think about it for a little bit and eventually decide I'm just making the call once again. The river comes the 4 of diamonds and I check. Before I even get the chance to tap my hand on the table, John already is lining up a bet of $150. If you guys remember from our last game in Austin when we played on the live stream, I actually had a very similar spot here where I had king queen on a very, very similar board and was facing actually the exact same sizing bet on the river, $150, and was forced to choose between calling or folding and unfortunately made the wrong fold. Taking that play into consideration a lot here, as well as John's bet timing. If you watch here again, we'll replay it. He bets very quickly, and oftentimes that symbolizes a bluff to me. And for those reasons combined, I decide to make the call. He tells me that I got it. I flip over the king queen, and we scoop up a $591 pot our way. The run good continues throughout the night.
After looking down at some premiums from the other boys, you see 10-4 offsuit, the Prosper Donkey special. What is this doing in the vlog? Well, boys, it's my meetup game. I'm gonna be doing some funky, more loose stuff. I straddle here, trying to promote the action. And of course, we do get that. The under the gun +1 player makes a bet to $15. Or another earlier position player, the cutoff, who happens to be our friend Anderson, the button, and the big blind call. So here with such a crappy hand, usually I'm gonna be folding here, but in the straddle, not folding any 2 cards with these pot odds, going off to a flop which comes 9-4-4. Let's go. Hit trips. with 10-4 offsuit. You guys kind of had to see that coming a little bit. I check it, and Anderson ends up betting $30 on this flop. I make the call thinking he can be doing this, trying to take it down. He's a pretty loose player, so he's gonna be making some aggressive action. The turn is the 2 of spades. I check, and he makes another quick bet, this time to the sizing of $75. Obviously not going anywhere. I'm thinking about raising here if he has a flush draw potentially. My plan was hoping to call, have the diamonds miss, and check to him, and he'll bluff big on a bad river card. But that esteemed river card is the 3 of diamonds. The flush gets there. My plan is now all of a sudden weird and uncomfortable, so I check. Anderson now snap checks back, flips over 5-4 offsuit, so he has trips. We have him out kicked. Happy to take that one home with 10-4 offsuit, ladies and gentlemen. Probably will not see that one for a very long time.
Last hand for me, we look down at ace-king offsuit in middle position. The 10 of hearts is misdealt and becomes the burn card. This is relevant because J-Stack, an ATX Poker Team member, we love J-Stack, plays on the Austin, Texas Card House live stream all the time. J-Stack gets the 10 of spades, and the reason I know he gets the 10 of spades is because he shows the whole table under the gun. And he still opens to 15. Basically, almost certainly ahead of him at this point because there's been a 10 discarded. We are going to 3-bet like we normally would with ace-king anyways. I make it $50, and he is the only caller. He checks dark as the flop comes queen 7-4 with 2 spades, and I downbet c-bet to $40. He makes the call, however. The turn is a offsuit deuce, and he checks again. Some interesting table talk comes into play here.
Are you beating queen 10 right now? Are you beating that? I think you are.
As he admits he has a queen, but still thinks that I am betting better than him. I obviously have a pretty tight reputation, have all the aces and all the kings in my range. We're going to take advantage of that and fire another barrel with ace high to the tune of $100. He thinks about it and lets it go. He told me he had queen 10.
I believe you're beating queen 10, sir.
I think I got one through on you, J-Stack. That's it for me. What an amazing session. Time to rack up and see the damage we did.
Boys and girls, how's it going?
Frankie has shed the kangaroo outfit. He was a good sport.
We just wrapped up our session here at Palm Social, our very first meetup game. It was a blast. Shout out to everyone who came. It was a fantastic time, and we all had a little bit of run good going on and several tables going.
Yeah, no, it was phenomenal. I'll start us off.
Let's go.
In for 300, out for 980, which it's not a lot compared to these guys, but it is my biggest win ever. So one of these days I'll get up to their level, but I was on a bit of a downswing, so very happy to be able to get some money back, and I'm really happy right now.
So I bought in for 350, had to top up for a little bit there. I ran cold along with Sasha for a little bit and winning a couple of hands. Cashed for $468, profit of 118 bucks.
Let's go. I was in the game for 300, out for 1170. So a pretty solid chunk of profit tonight.
The
honestly,
sun,
no huge pots, just good run good, playing good. People trying to bluff me and me calling, you know.
3 though.
All in the black.
How do you do, Sash?
Dude, fucking horrible. Put the fucking camera. Cooler 3 times in a row with $250 pots. Fourth, I fucking hate gamblers. All right, that's it.
Sasha will be back tomorrow, guys. This is just leg 1 of our meetup game.
Tomorrow we're going to be at Shuffle 512, if I'm
sir.
saying that correctly. For leg number 2, it'll be a different video, and
go.
it should be pretty dope as well. I mean,
Subscribe. Please subscribe. Get us to 10,000 followers.
Check out this
10,000. How sick would that be? Grab the merch. Follow Instagram at TheNextGenPoker. And TikTok at NextGenPoker or
Yeah.
TheNextGenPoker?
Hey, cheers.